Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. I will meet up again in my new video about my sharing about energy efficiency. Today I just would like to share about one page, okay, about how we supposed to approach when we talk about energy efficiency. How are we going to implement energy efficiency in a much more sustainable manner, in a way where we can keep doing it for long term, and the way we can benefit ourselves to the maximum, and the way we do it step by step. Okay, I would like to share with you one. Actually, I managed to I found this so-called picture. Okay, many years ago when I did the research about energy efficiency approach for organization. Okay, so I managed to source this one somehow in one of the site, and if I'm not mistaken, from the Department of Energy, United States of America or USA. All right, I found this slide, okay, this particular picture, where I when I look, in more so-called, more detail, more I give more attention to it. I understand that's supposed to be the way how we're supposed to embark into energy efficiency. So now today, I think I have shared this. I have shared this particular picture, in many of my presentations, before this, in my training, in my seminar, in a lot of my awareness program as well. But today, I just would like to talk about in this particular picture how energy efficiency, supposed to be, supposed to be explored to get the maximum benefit for organization in particular. Let me share the screen. Okay, so we may have seen, you may have seen this photo. Okay, it's nothing so-called sophisticated about this photo. It's a very simple diagram, but to me, it does so-called summarize the whole thing, about how we're supposed to approach when we talk about energy efficiency. How we're supposed to implement energy efficiency. Okay, it's very nice way and a very so-called symbolic way on how they describe, the approach. They call this. This year, I'm explaining to you here based on my understanding, on my knowledge, on my experience, and all that. Okay, this is they call the energy pyramid. Energy pyramid. Okay? If you look here, the way I look at it, some people may see it differently. Some people see from the left, from the right, from the top, from the bottom, from the middle. Some people may just see the word energy efficiency. For me, how I look at it, I look at it from the bottom. The bottom. At the bottom. It's very unique here. They put look at the bottom here. It's at the bottom of pyramid, right? A pyramid. The structure is pyramid. Triangle. Okay. If you look here, the pyramid means that the bottom part is bigger than the top part. For me, it makes the structure stronger. It makes the structure stronger. I think I'm not a civil engineer, but somehow give reason why pyramid can stay there, all right, despite in the desert, because the structure itself very strong, because the foundation is very big, huge, okay, and go to the top. Similar to energy efficiency, the way I look at it, if you want to start to talk about energy efficiency, if you want to start to implement energy efficiency, the first step we're supposed to start is by what? By conserve the energy. We try to use without wasting. Okay, because you know why? Because what we waste, okay, if you're talking about wasting of energy, is similar to leaking. Just like a tank with the water, okay, and then you got the leak where the water can go out, leaking water. Okay, so this is how you waste. Means that you are wasting. You're not supposed to throw away the water. You should not. They're not, because the tank not supposed to be leaked. Okay, so when you have a leakage, okay, so you waste the water. Similar to if you waste energy, just like a leaking in the tank. Therefore, the first step you need to do by minimizing or plugging the leak. How to do it? By conserve your energy. It means that you start to minimize the use, reduce the use by plugging all the leakage, all the leakages. It is how it's supposed to be. Why the bottom the bottom part becomes so huge? Why what make the foundation? If you look here, if you're talking about minimizing wastage or stop wastage, what I understand, it can be done by anyone. Means that more people can do it. More people can contribute in reducing the wastage or even stop the wastage. Because you know why? Because all are energy users. If in the building, if in the even in the house, all are energy users. So everyone can play the role. Okay, everyone can play the role. Everyone can stop wasting. That's what I understand from here. So the first step of energy efficiency, if you want to talk about energy management, you want to adopt energy efficiency, the first step is stop the wastage. Stop reducing, stop using energy more than what it's supposed to do, more than what it's supposed to use. Okay, if you start to minimize the wastage or stop the wastages. How to do it? Simple. By what? For example, if you have an aircon system, set at the optimal temperature. Okay, keep the environment, is no infiltration or expiration of cool air. Okay, and then if you can switch off whatever not needed. If you're in a room, all right, big room, only one person, don't switch off all lights. If you see the light is on, no one is there, switch it off. Okay, everyone can do the job. This is what I understand. It will create the culture. When people are involved, all right, okay, people are involved, that will create the culture. So this is how we can minimize wastage without or very minimal cost. Without cost, when you switch off the light, switch off the switch, switch off the light, switch off the fans, okay, you minimize wastage. You are plugging, stop the wastages. That one free. That one free. The most you may use, maybe you don't believe the human. You may put timer. Similar objective. You want to minimize wastage because it will stop whenever it's not needed at certain time. Or you put sensor. All right, you put sensor, timer, and all that. It will involve zero cost or no cost. But I can tell what we can see. A lot of people will be involved. After all, it requires people who are users in the facility or building, either factory or even commercial building. So the first step you must conserve. And that how to do it? By stop wastage or minimize wastages on the way how we use energy. Okay, or we can start to utilize the sunlight. If you are next to the window, switch off your light. You can use the sunlight to brighten your area. Okay, simple. But it's not easy. I don't understand. But that's supposed to be the approach. This is why. Okay, this is why having everyone need to do the same thing to achieve the certain objective, common goal. This is where often require systematic approach. Systematic approach. How? How to do this? How to do it in a systematic way? By having a standard to refer. Having a standard to refer, because everyone will follow the same. Everyone have the same goal, common goal. Okay, and everyone have the understanding how to do it in terms of following the SOPs. All the working instruction, all that. And then once you are reached there, basically you are building the foundation. Of course, that will result in energy cost reduction. So it's guaranteed. Okay, only after you have built the foundation, okay, and then we start to talk about embarking on technologies. And then we really start to talk about energy efficiency. Because energy efficiency require a lot of technology interventions. Okay. However, Once we started to talk about energy efficiency or technology, we started to talk about money. Requires some investment, requires some allocation of budget, because energy efficient technology normally much more expensive than normal technologies. That's the fact. However, it will be normally economically very attractive as well. Therefore, if we started with the foundation is already there through the minimizing the wastages, and then we want to you know go to the next step. We want to get more benefits. We want to get more savings by having technologies in place. Because you don't have the culture, you don't have the so-called the foundation. You may buy technologies, but bear in mind, technologies cannot stay efficient by itself. It needs to be maintained, in some way to maintain its efficiency level. Even though you may buy the most efficient technologies in the entire universe. Therefore, if you have a people with the right mindset, right culture, right attitude about all that, they will make sure that even the biotechnology, they know how to maintain or sustain the performance of that technologies to make sure they enjoy the maximum benefits of it, either from savings and others. That will be the next step. Instead, the pyramid started to go up, right? Go up, foundation, conservation, and then we start to talk about technology or energy efficiency. Energy efficiency. From these two, that we give you very strong fundamental of going up. Okay, if you already have a culture of energy efficiency in the organizations, and then your whole facility is equipped with all the efficient technologies, to make sure it's more efficient. All there, mean that the human, the culture, and technologies blended, and then get the best benefits. Mean that you are at the very low level of the wastage. You cannot say zero. You are at a very efficient level. And then what next? What next? Because you have means that you are using energy at the most optimal level. So what next? What next is this is the time you start to look at options of green energy. Other option of energy source. Okay, we start to talk about we start to talk about what are the potential options in terms of the source of our energy. And then this is the time we start to explore the potential of renewable energy sources. If you are building, okay, sitting in the area where very hot, you can look, you have a big rooftop, you have an area surrounding the building, you can put up solar PV, you can put solar PV. Okay, if you have any wastage, if your factory, you have a wastage, solid waste, you can use for biomass plant and all that. Okay, and then from there means that you are using energy efficiently, and manage it, in most in sustainable manner. And in same time, after that, you explore the option of supply of energy. Means that if you go for the renewable energy sources, you start to becoming less dependent on the fossil fuel. Okay, so you are efficient now at optimal level, and then you started to use the energy from the not for the fossil fuel. You are doing something that we call it sustainable energy management. Means that you start to look for option of sources, with the level where you are already efficient. Because my worry, or not my worry, my concern, or what puzzles me, there are some looking for renewable energy. Yes, good. I'm not against renewable energy sources. I'm supporting it, and I'm a big advocate for that. But if you keep supplying energy, even from the renewable energy sources or green sources, but at the same time you are still wasting energy, you are not really optimizing the way you use it. So I don't think that you are making so much difference then. Okay, means that is still depending on fossil fuel as well. Despite part of that, we are getting it from the renewable energy sources. So that's why I'm I would love to see, I would like to see the balance between the green energy supply and the sustainable energy management. In that the green part, the green energy supply, looking into the supply side of energy and how we use energy. We have to look into the at the demand side, how the demand supposed to use the energy properly. Even though the source is green, doesn't mean if we have the freedom to waste it just because the source is green, okay, and we are happily can waste it without any concern. Bear in mind, okay. I'm always looking from this perspective. When we talk about renewable energy, put it for example, solar PV. Yes, the source of energy is free, is green. The source of energy is green. It's true from the sun. But if you keep putting up solar PV, all right, okay, I'm asking you the questions. They produce more solar PV, right? Solar PV panel. They produce more orders, the inverter, all that, everything. Okay? Does the process of producing that are all guaranteed green as well? The process itself, still using energy, right? So we still, despite we are talking about, green energy, but at the same time, if the process of producing that solar panel from the factory that not practicing energy efficient, alright? So is that truly green? Is that truly green? Is that truly green? It is not. So we are not, at the end of the day, we're ending up, supplying energy with green supply, but at the same time, we're just happy to waste that. Therefore, okay, this is the best approach. That's what I would like to, encourage. Okay, energy management can start from zero and no cost. Energy efficiency can start from zero and no cost, unless you are purely looking at that energy efficiency purely as a business point of view. Okay, if you look at green energy is purely business point of view, fair. But when you talk about approaching the embarking on energy efficiency practices, it should start from the basic. Okay? It should start from the basic through the energy conservation, okay, and then adopt technology and make it more energy efficient. And then you adopt energy efficiency, and then finally, you look at the option of how you become greener through the renewable energy sources. For me, if you are adopting energy conservation, energy efficiency, you are already green. You are become very green already. And then, if you go for renewable energy source, it make you greener. And bear in mind, if you go higher in this diagram, in this so-called in this triangle, the pyramid triangle, it involves more cost, more money. Okay, more money. The bottom part, lesser money, low and no cost. The second part started to talk about capital expenditure. Of course, renewable energy technology is still not cheap for now. It's still very, very expensive. And I don't see renewable energy is totally green, because you have to produce the panel. Unless somebody can guarantee the panel is produced in a green way. Okay, which I don't think so. Not all producers are adopting energy management, efficient energy management in their facilities and manufacturing facilities. Okay, so this is why I feel this simple photo explain a lot. Okay, about how we're supposed to approach energy efficiency. If you want to adopt energy efficiency, how to do it? Conservation through adoption of the systematic approach, where system will connect the people to do something together to achieve common goal. And then having the same system, okay, you can start to embark on adopting technologies, and then you start to adopt energy efficiency. And then on top of that, adopting the same system as a fundamental, you start to look into the option of renewable energy sources in terms of your energy supply. So all this in the pyramid basically must be in the one big system. They call it sustainable energy management system. This will also include energy efficiency and also renewable energy as a part of that. For me, it's no point if suddenly you just jump into the renewable energy at the same time you are wasting energy everywhere in your facilities. You may look green. I cannot deny that. You may look green. but actually in real spirit or principle of sustainable energy management, you are not, because you are still wasting energy you are generating. Because for me, sustainable energy management, you are preventing the wastage as well. Okay, at all level. Okay, so this is my sharing about this one photo, one picture. Okay, about how we're supposed to adopt, how we're supposed to approach, how we're supposed to implement energy efficiency or energy sustainable energy management in the organizations or even in our house. Okay, with that, if you agree with me, you can give comment. If you don't agree, we can discuss on this. Okay, but however, I hope the sharing will be is very useful for you to give a thought. Okay, and then we can discuss further. Okay, you can comment in this video. We can subscribe. You can share. All right, and then with that, I end this video. Okay, so in that, I hope we can see you again in the next video then. Okay. Okay, so that's my sharing. So again, if you feel this one useful for you, you can subscribe and share this video. And I hope we can see you again in the next video. Thank you very much. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, dan salam sejahtera. Stay safe and stay healthy.